Manna maketh man. It's actually it's a protein shake. I feel a little bit out of it. Went on a run. Still a little out of it, but this Kingsman trailer dropped today. I have a shake on my beard. And funny enough, we did a live stream yesterday where we talked about like over and underrated movies. And I kind of wish I mentioned the Kingsman movies, as I feel like they're actually very underrated. And also, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there and to everyone who has a father. Most likely you do. With that in mind, I'm gonna tell you my favorite joke from my father when he was alive. It is a joke I've said many times on this channel, and it's coming at you again. How did Captain Hook die? He wiped his ass with the wrong hand. Let's watch this trailer, people.
My flock. This will not be
Daniel
the war of
Bruhl.
heroes. Nations will slaughter each other while we get rich. This is going to be fun.
Man, Matthew Vaughn. I love the way he directs action. Wowie.
You cannot keep me locked away as the world burns.
Son, the truth is the world is ruled by corruption and greed.
Now this feels like Kingsman.
Do something. Certainly.
Jimon Hansen. Who?
We are the first independent intelligence agency. Refined but brutal. Civilized but merciless.
Welcome to the club.
Very clever. It's
What they call it?
pour fuel
Good pull.
on the fire of revolution. Yes, my shepherd. Welcome, Englishman.
Rasputin?
Rasputin.
It
Potentially
is.
precedes you.
Okay. Nick, more historical fiction than ever now.
Let's end this as gentlemen. After all,
Get man. God, man, this looks great. This looks great.
The boys are always so messy.
Gotta love those kind of fight scenes where smaller guy can't take on giant man coming after, you know what I mean. Okay, so I don't really remember the other two trailers that we got all that well, but I remember the marketing of it didn't really feel like it was a Kingsman movie, and I know that has a lot to do with the fact that this is a prequel, this is taking place at a much older time, but the vibe and them capitalizing on all the action sequences here felt a lot more like Kingsman, and even the humor included. And I know with this actor, Harris Dickinson, I believe that's the right one, Harris Dickinson, it seems like from what I recall from the last trailers that his character is kind of the Eggsy position, and Ray Fiennes, his character, is a little bit more like Harry Colin Firth's position. But in the trailers that we've been getting, it doesn't look like this Harris Dickinson character is going to be the main character. It looks like Ray Fiennes will actually be the main character, whereas the first Kingsman movie, that was kind of reversed. Where Colin Firth was the star, but it was really Eggsy's movie, this really feels like this will be Ray Fiennes' movie, ultimately. Now that being said, I mean, it would be cool if this did open up more doors for Harris Dickinson. I'm not that familiar with this guy's work or his fandom base necessarily. However, you know, thinking about the role of Eggsy and what that did for Taron Egerton, correct me in the comments, for my boy Taron, what that did for him and how that put him on the map and made him a star. I'm always happy when there could be a success story to come from a relatively not as well-known actor to have a chance to get more fame, so maybe this role will be just as special for him. I doubt it at this point, just based off the marketing. It looks like it will be more Ray Fiennes heavily focused. It would be cool if that we did get a nice surprise out of this character that Harris Dickinson's playing, similar to how we got a pleasant surprise with Taron Egerton. And also Stanley Tucci's supposed to be in this movie as well. I'm excited for that. I mean, Stanley Tucci, he's a fantastic actor. For some reason, I don't know, maybe because they kind of look alike, I feel like he could be a good supplement for the Mark Strong Merlin character in this movie. I have no idea. Again, if there's a timestamp of Stanley Tucci here in the trailer, please let me know. Thinking about how Ray Fiennes kind of reminds me of the Colin Firth character. Harris Dickinson kind of reminds me of the Eggsy character, at least the position. My mind keeps telling me that Stanley Tucci will be sort of the Merlin-like character, because they both look similar to each other. Throw in Rasputin into the mix. I honestly don't remember if that was established in the other two trailers. I mean, but that's cool. Like X-Men First Class, a movie helmed by Matthew Vaughn. He did a great job doing this comic book X-Men world and mixing it in with like real life history and historical fiction. And the historical figure Rasputin, I'm not gonna act like I actually know a shit ton about this guy. I really don't. While he's a real life person, his history has been a bit mythologized, right? That's a word. Mythologized? I think it is. Some believed he had like healing abilities, major influence over like Russian royal family, if I'm not mistaken. Feel free to correct me. The man was executed, he was gunned down, so I'm wondering if they'll actually try to include that in this story, if maybe they'll hone in or capitalize a bit upon the things that have mythologized this Rasputin person. I mean, obviously they're enhancing it, the guy's doing like insane martial arts here, but maybe they might include a little bit of that mythos to him that people believed him to be capable of, as well as you know, killing him off in this movie, but doing it in the way that does kind of line up with how his body actually was discovered. Or maybe they'll Inglorious Bastards this thing and just do a whole new version of how they took out Rasputin. I heard Aaron Taylor Johnson's supposed to be in this film. I didn't. If you guys have a moment, like a timestamp in the trailer, you can tell me if he happens to appear. I would love to know that, because I mean, Aaron Taylor Johnson was in Kick-Ass, which Matthew Vaughn directed, so I'm excited for the fact that he's returning to another Matthew Vaughn joint. Daniel Bruhl and Jimon Hansu, two people from the MCU crossing over into here. But Jimon Hansu, you know, he is like a comic book presence. He's in Constantine as Papa Midnight, he's in Guardians of the Galaxy as Korath, he's in Shazam as the Wizard. I feel like there's another one I'm missing, and now he's in Kingsman. I gotta say, I'm excited for Ray Fiennes to be doing this. I feel like it could do something for him in the way how people were impressed with how Colin Firth was able to do a great action role so damn well. And I feel like there's no doubt that Ray Fiennes can pull it off. And forgive me if I can't recall something right offhand of something they did was action-based. Voldemort does not count, okay? He's just wanding it up. But I'm really excited to see what he does in an action role. They said it's coming out September 18th, so I mean, I guess its only competition it really has coming a little bit after that would be Wonder Woman. Now, I know Kingsman: The Golden Circle did underperform. Some people really didn't like that movie. I personally had a lot of fun watching it. I still think the actual, you know, Kingsman franchise without the apostrophe after the G deserves a proper sequel. It would be cool that if the Eggsy series got like a full trilogy in and of itself. I really hope people give this a chance. And also, Rhys Ifans as Rasputin. Rhys Ifans is a highly underrated actor. He deserves to be way more famous. He deserves to be so much more famous to the point that I should know if I'm pronouncing his name right or wrong, because I really don't think I'm pronouncing it right. Rhys Ifans? Like, the first movie I saw him in was Notting Hill. He's hilarious in The Replacements, and you know, he's Dr. Kurt Connors in The Amazing Spider-Man, and he's Xenophilius in the Harry Potter movies. What? Xenophilius and Ray Fiennes, Voldemort? Oh my god, crossovers. We love that shit. Anywho, I've talked long enough. This looks great. Looks like a really fun film, and I'm definitely going to be there opening night. Assuming it does stick to its release date. Let's hope Tenet does well. Everything's riding on that. Alright guys, what do you think of this Kingsman trailer? Leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe to The Real Rejects. Please click that notification bell. Hope you're having a good Father's Day. Last but not least, I want to shout out Jason Dolan today. Now, Jason Dolan is a beautiful, beautiful human being. Great friend of mine, actually. He's someone who lives in Atlanta right now. When he first moved back home, it's primarily to take care of his father. So in honor of Father's Day, I wanted to wish your father, Jason Dolan, a happy Father's Day, because he is blessed to have such a wonderful son as you. Now the question is, when are you gonna be a father, Jason? I mean, you're a very, very talented writer. You're venturing into directing right now. And now I'm wondering, you know, it's only a matter of time before you're able to put a ring around someone's finger and get yourself a baby. And maybe he'll come out bald just like you. He should. If he has a full head of hair, your baby's mutated. This started off sweet, and now it's gone wrong. You've been a great friend to me, Jason, and I hope one day you get to be a great father. I hope you have triplets, and then followed by an anxiety attack, and then followed by you abandoning them, so that way they can learn to be strong without you. I'm sorry, I can't maintain sincerity with you. You're Jason Dolan. What do you expect from me, dude?